Today I'm going to be reviewing the Tac Shaver from Bell Howell. It's a 2-in-1 shaver and trimmer, and it's also rechargeable. Over the years I've had a few different electric shavers, and I've never really been satisfied with how well they worked. I've seen the Tac Shaver advertised on TV, and also I've seen it in stores. As with most as seen on TV products, I tend to be a little skeptical. Although some products work the way they're supposed to, that's not always the case. Because this is a 2-in-1 shaver and trimmer, if it works as well as advertised, it should be a handy little item. They also say that the Tac Shaver is waterproof, and of course it's cordless and rechargeable. A lot will depend on how well the battery life lasts. It also says that it has hydrofuge, whatever that is. Maybe it'll be a little more apparent once I open the box. It comes with the Tac Shaver, your charging cord, and you will need to supply your own charging box, a nice pouch, a double-ended brush for cleaning. The Tac Shaver has a plastic guard on the end, which you can pop off, and here are the heads. Here's the on-off switch, and here's the trimmer, a quick start guide, and a small instruction booklet. The quick start guide says to insert the charging cable into shaver, connect USB in to a power adapter not included, or a USB outlet. It takes 8 hours to fully charge your shaver. It shows you how to clean the shaver and some shaving tips. I'm going to go ahead and charge up the shaver and see how well it works. I've sped all the shaving up a little bit just for the sake of time, but this is a 2-day beard for me. I thought this would be a good starting point to see how well the Tac Shaver is going to do. And by the way, you'll notice I have a little rash here on my chin. I assure you it's no disease or anything like that. Unfortunately, it comes from the N95 mask that I wear rubbing in that one spot. And if I don't keep my beard shaved, it for some reason rubs right there. This will give you a good idea of how the Tac Shaver performs if you're shaving every day or two. I will note right here from the beginning that the Tac Shaver does struggle with some of the contours of my face. This is my son shaving, and this is a 5-day beard for him. His beard is a little coarser than mine. Mine is fuller than his because he's only 17, but he has definitely coarser, thicker hair than me. But I wanted him in on the review also, since we have different beards. Even though it looks like the shaver is working really quickly, remember that I've sped up this footage 1.5 times the normal speed, so it's not working quite as quick as it appears to be on the video. Right here I'm going to go ahead and empty the shaver because there was a lot of hair that was getting built up on the inside. And really it's as simple as shaking the shaver out, tapping it, and then using the brush to get rid of the hair that had accumulated on the inside. But yes, you're going to have to empty the shaver pretty regularly because hair is going to make it onto the inside. Here I am shaving a 5-day beard. And I did watch the shaver struggle a little bit with the 2-day beard, and I was expecting it to be a little worse on the 5-day beard. The crazy thing is, it seemed to perform just as well on the 5-day beard as it did the 2-day beard. It didn't tend to struggle anymore or anything like that, which kind of surprised me. But it really does take a lot of passes over the same area to get a nice clean shave. And here again is my son with a 7-day beard. And you can really tell right here he's having to go over the same area over and over and over again to try to get a close shave. And of course I cut a lot of parts out. I mean, I'm sure most people don't want to sit here and watch someone shaving for 15 or 20 minutes. But it does take multiple passes to try to get an area shaved. And I do believe that comes from the shaver being a little underpowered. And you really have to go up and down, side to side, and pretty much every way to get it to do what you want it to do. Now here's the ultimate test. This is a 1-month beard for me. I generally don't let my beard get this long, and this is obviously out of the scope of what the Tac Shaver was designed to do. The 3 blades of the shaver were not doing a good job on a month-old beard, and I wouldn't expect it to. So I decided to go ahead and switch to the trimmer to try to trim some of the hair down, and then I could go from there with the shaver. And surprisingly, the shaver did work okay on this beard. It took some effort, it took a good bit of time to get it to work, but it did do what I wanted it to do. But I did want to do a review all the way from a 2-day-old beard up to a month-long beard, just so everyone would have a good idea of what the limitations of this shaver are and what it could and could not accomplish. But after multiple passes, it did do the job of shaving this month-old beard. And I do apologize for the focusing problems to film this. You know, there's a lot of up-close movement, and it's really hard to capture all that being in focus. But here, especially on the mustache, it really did a pretty decent job considering it was a month-old beard. We've been using the Bell Howell Tac Shaver on various states of beard growth from 2 days up to 4 weeks. And I'm kind of conflicted on how I feel about this shaver. On one hand, it's did everything we've asked of it, but on the other hand, it really could have did all that a little better in my opinion. It doesn't really seem overly powerful. It doesn't hold a charge quite as long as I would like. We could only get about 2.5 shaves out of it before it needed to be recharged. It did do a little pulling of our beard, and that probably comes from not being quite as powerful as it should, even when our beard was only a few days old. But at the price point of this shaver, which was about $20, you can't expect it to perform like a $50 or $60 shaver. However, this shaver is small, it's compact. I really like the bag that they gave me to put it in. So if you want to bring it and put it in your vehicle or something like that, you can carry it in here. I also really like the fact that it has a USB charger, so you can even charge it in your vehicle if you need to. It's got a nice cover that covers the blades. It's really easy to clean. And it also has the brush to help clean the blades. And finally, it has the built-in trimmer. So I'm not really interested in using this, and honestly, I don't shave regularly anyway. I almost always have a small beard. My son, on the other hand, who's never used an electric shaver, he actually wants this because he prefers to not have to shave using a traditional razor and shaving cream. So I guess it depends on your perspective of someone who's used electric shavers before versus someone who didn't. So if you never used one, you may really like this. And again, it's not bad. I just wish that it did what it did a little better. Would I recommend this to someone? Probably not. I would probably recommend spending a little more and getting something a little better that didn't quite struggle so much with the shaving and that held a charge a little better. So I hope you found this video informative, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.